My name's Chris Drysdale.
And I'm John McMahon, and we're both members of the Berwick Woodworkers Club, and we're glad to be a part of the Winter Arts Festival this year. I'm a wood artist, mostly using lathe for my work. I utilise other equipment as well, particularly to embellish and add texture and stuff to the pieces. I work predominantly with non-threatened native timbers and also exotics that are fallen. One of the beauties of what I use is that it's usually the offcasts of more commercial timbers. So we're actually adding value to wood that would normally just go into wood chipping.
John?
I just enjoy the creative process. As we said before, some pieces just evolve out of the natural process as the work progresses, and others you've got to do that detailed thinking about beforehand. One of the other aspects of that process, particularly with lathe work, is that as you start to shape a piece of wood, if you know where you're going to at the end, often you need to take different tacks to get there. You need to think the whole process through. And I find that challenging and rewarding when I've got to actually look at planning a process or planning a solution to a problem in order to achieve the end result that I want.
My favourite idea at the moment, apart from wood turning, is to do some of this carving in different forms. And I've just recently started to use resin as an effect. Then you can see the two apples have been carved in there. So that's really catering for a younger generation. Well, if you look at all the things I've made, I'm a great person of doing one-offs. I don't do multiples of the same thing. So I'm constantly changing. And I think you have to constantly change. And the touch and feel process of working with wood or metal is creative. But throughout the COVID period, people who worked with wood did very well mentally. And it's also a big social thing, because you're always learning or asking people questions.
Well, the Berwick Woodworkers Club's been around for about 35 years. We've got really well-equipped club, that's a tongue twister, really well-equipped club rooms and a workshop, and basically all the tools that are there for anybody to do any work. Our members basically range in skill levels from amateur, really basic beginners, through to international award winners for their woodwork. So, and we don't just cater to one discipline of woodwork. If it's any sort of woodwork at all, the club caters for it.
Just adding on to what John said, we have a disability corner where we have specialised equipment for people in wheelchairs. The lathes are tipped over and there's a separate bandsaw.
One of the aspects that the club has got a strong focus on is toy making for disadvantaged children, and we make probably about 1,000 toys a year, and we just then distribute those through local charities to the children Christmas each year. If you were to put a commercial value on it, it's probably worth well in excess of $1 million worth of toys that we've made over the years that we've been doing it. One of the greatest benefits to me from the club is the camaraderie of the members. Having a common interest to share, it's a great idea to bounce ideas around with people that are like-minded. I enjoy providing guidance to people, but also learning from others. If you've got a problem or something that you want to know more about, there's plenty of people to ask and get advice, and I enjoy that community, if you like, or that communal feeling of being a member.
I think sharing of information is one of the really important things. No one holds back. and I've been treated very well, and always try to encourage other people to come and be a member. And you know, if we find we haven't heard from someone for a while, we have a program where we make contact with people to make sure they're okay. I think also being able to contribute to the community is important.
We'll have an exhibition of members' work and a sale of pieces as well. We'll also have live demonstrations of using the different machinery. So we're looking forward to a very successful weekend. I'm the main coordinator for the exhibit. I've been preparing some pieces to get in there, and I'm also partly preparing some pieces that I'll then use to do some of the live demonstrations over the weekend.
And this year we will have an additional attraction where Casey Council are trying to get other visual art participants over that weekend, and we've secured a chainsaw carver to do the first of a series of sculptures for the new sculpture park at the Old Cheese Factory. The first item will be the powerful owl, which is resident in this area.
I think there's nothing better than I like than tucking into a bowl of nice hot ravioli. My wife is Italian, and so I guess I'm spoilt with all sorts of Italian food cooking, but ravioli is my favourite.
John, I thought you were going to steal my thunder. I prefer a really good homemade soup, thick with plenty of chunky bits in it.